If you owe back taxes to the IRS and you're worried about when the IRS can actually take collection action against you, like levying your bank account or garnishing your wages, well, you don't have to guess anymore. I'm going to explain to you how you can know pretty much exactly, not exactly, but close, when the IRS is going to come down on you and you have to do something to stop them. So the final document, they send you a number of notices, but the final one you have to worry is called the final notice of intent to levy and your right to an appeal. By law, the IRS can't take collection action like levies and garnish wages or other property seizures unless they give you this final notice of intent to levy. Now, typically, you're going to get 5 notices, and they're usually about a month apart. For businesses, it's usually 4 notices, with the caveat that if the IRS thinks that property is in jeopardy, they can circumvent that. But most of the time, that's what you're looking at. So I won't go into detail about these 5 notices. Generally speaking, the first one says, hey, you owe us money. The second one is a reminder. The third one gets a little bit more aggressive. The fourth one is also called notice of intent to levy, but it doesn't give you a right to appeal. It doesn't tell you that you have the right to appeal. The one we're talking about is called the final notice of intent to levy and your right to an appeal. And you'll also notice the difference because it comes with publications, information, and actually the form to file for a collection due process hearing request. So that's when you get that last one, you have 30 days in which to file an appeal, or what we call a collection due process or equivalent hearing. And by law, they have to stop. If you file it 31 days after the notice, you cannot stop the levy legally, but as a matter of practice, they'll usually stop, and you have a year for the second one. But to be safe, if you want to make sure that you stop the IRS from actually levying your bank account, garnishing your wages, or other property seizures, you need to file it by the 30th day. Now, if this is something that is of interest to you and you'd like to discuss with me for free, I offer you a free consultation. Just call a number on the screen. And so what I'll do for you, in addition to explaining this, I'll give you a free IRS strategy session. I call the IRS after you sign a power of attorney. I find out how much you owe taxes, penalties, and interest, what type of taxes. Usually it's going to be income tax. Unless you own a business, you could owe payroll taxes. And then I'll order your transcript so we can both analyze for each tax year what you owe and penalties, interest, and these notices that they've been sent out. And then I'll give you a preliminary strategy. When we're done, at no charge, you'll have an idea of what you need to do to finally resolve your taxes. So give me a call at the number on the screen, and we'll talk soon.